Okay, happy Easter, baby. I got a quick story. Did I ever tell you about the first time I went to Tennessee and it happened to be right around Easter, and I was in Tennessee for Easter? I stayed with Bill Rigby. He had a guest house at the house he was renting, and it had an in-ground pool with a little guest house right next to it. It was basically somebody built a single wide mobile home, but it was nice, you know. Anyway, then I stayed over at Sammy's place for a few days. And we played golf, and I cooked dinner at the Rigby's house for Easter Sunday. But when I was with Sammy, something was going on. We went to church. We went to his church in his beautiful neighborhood, his church that he and those people went to. And honey, it was really something to take in. It was a big, beautiful, it was like everything was contemporary, kind of new. Of course, they all talked a little funny. But the thing that I was taking it all in, and it was just nice. And I'm sitting right next to Sammy. He's to my left. And I'm looking around in church. I'm a little hungover, you know. But looking around, I'm listening to, it's a beautiful church. But here's the thing I thought was unique about it. For the first time ever, and this was year 2001, okay? The preacher's talking, or the whatever he was, and behind him up on the great big wall, on each side was a big flat screen television. And they would have nice things like Jesus on the cross and stuff like that. But with the time of day it was, I was like, why would they? Because I was, big flat screens were new in 2000, 2001, and in a church. But when I was thinking, they could use this to properly persuade people and keep people's attention and stuff. So I guess it makes sense. And they got the money. This is a pretty good area and pretty good Tennessee, right? The church shows it's doing well. So I didn't think much of it. Then I started thinking, I know why these TVs are here. So when they have their Saturday masses and their other events and the Vols are playing, they can have the Vols on in the backdrop while the preacher's talking. And that still today makes perfect sense, because today on Easter, if you went to church at that church in Knoxville, I'll bet you the Tennessee Vols playing March Madness was up on both big screens.
I disagree.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all. In those Saturday masses, when the Gators are playing the Tennessee Vols, I'll bet you that game is on in the church.
See, you're saying I bet you.
I'll bet you.
You don't really know.
Well, if I ask people down there,
I don't really see sports being played on a big screen TV behind the preacher at the podium.
well, I didn't expect to see it either.
His congregation, I don't see that.
You know what? I got to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised at all. They've got two religions in
You
Tennessee.
just said I bet. I wouldn't be surprised. So you don't know.
Well, I wasn't there while the game was being played, but I'm saying if the game was being played while people are at church, there's TVs available so you can have both.
Wouldn't that kind of fall under sacrilege? Wouldn't that be kind of odd and rude and inappropriate? And no.
Well, it could be
the
just.
preacher is not going to have that going on behind him when he's trying to preach.
It could be
He
a.
wants people to pay attention to his words, not how many baskets are being made or.
You know what? You know what?
No.
The preacher might have said something like,
No.
maybe they consider it to be mind over matter. If they don't mind, it don't matter.